Overwatch League. Started off with 4. We're talking about East Coast v West Coast. Now, Boston, obviously on a hot streak that made history. Undefeated in Stage 3 with a 10-0 record. Did I get that right, or 0-10?
No, it was 10-0.
Yeah, 10-0.
Either way, you know, it could have worked.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, too. And a 14-0 record overall. Because of this, they got to pick their pick of opponents for that played stage, selecting the LA Gladiators, and we were just talking about it before the show in not a very nice way. And they were going to face the undefeated squad first, and though the Gladiators put up a fight early, Boston would see it through with a 3-1 victory.
And I think, you know, we're going to keep going to this because I think we saw karma come back for how they did this.
It's true.
I feel like it's karma.
They had so much good karma going into it. They had such a momentum, and
I was rooting for them, but then they got cocky, right? And we talked a little bit about this a couple episodes on this week on Esports. I think these guys are young, and I think sometimes the unsportsmanlike, and I think it bit them.
Hey, listen, honestly, that's the issue with Overwatch League all up, and most of esports anyway.
Yes, exactly. So now it was no secret that going into the playoffs that New York City led the league, and their semifinal bout against the LA Valiant again proved their prowess, kicking LA to the curb with a 3-0 victory. And I say them having a lead is an understatement.
Yeah,
like
it was a handy sweep.
It's like they're in a completely different. They're in like Madagascar.
I mean, honestly, if you just look at the totals, the points. I mean, they are just head and shoulders above anybody. I mean, sorry. Okay, so then it was the matchup everyone was waiting for, and you see it there. Boston Cinderella win streak against the Empire of New York, who came out swinging quickly, jump into a 2-0, but as you can see, in true Uprising fashion, Boston came back to tie it up, but then, actually, this is, as you can see, came the tiebreaker. And all I can say is I will henceforth refer to Numbani. That's the map I was trying to figure out earlier. I'm going to henceforth refer to Numbani as the map of tears, because in the end, NYC stomped on Boston's streak, earning Excelsior another stage final title. Which you can see there.
Whoopee. Oh, okay, you got to give them credit. They're very, very good.
They are very good.
Now, fun fact, according to a post-match interview with MLG Pine Juggernaut, that he is subbed in on the last map. He says he hadn't actually practiced Numbai that much and had never played it on stage. Do a guess. Does that, like, basically, in short, it just added massive insult to Boston's injury. And frankly, I think it knocked Boston down a peg, right?
I think it did.
They came in 10-0. They got a little get cocky. And, you know.
And all of our hopes were dashed that they would get.
New York got revenge, as they so to speak.
I'm going to stop with that. Anywho, Stage 4 begins next Wednesday. But for Boston, it will begin without their head coach, Krusty, who was released. Is that the right word?
That is released.
Released to the San Francisco Shock. Also, we were mentioning earlier, Shanghai Dragons. They have also released their head coach. No idea why.
Yeah, it's interesting, and we were talking about that because you think with a team that did 14-0 and then 10-0, like their coach would be kind of critical, but it looks like their team, like their main tank and their team, they said he wasn't critical to the formula. So we'll see if that ends up boasting better. I know San Francisco Shock's really excited about picking him up, and so we'll see how that goes in the next section.